we are here at Madina Jumeirah for the Pacific Ventures Al Noor Gala Dinner 2015. This is one of our annual events. We have an event every year, and this is it has multiple objectives. One of them is to fundraise to address the big subsidy that we give to all the students at the center and to address our deficit. But more importantly, it's also to get the people of the community here together, to give them an opportunity to mix on a platform, common platform, to be able to give them information as to what we are doing at the center, and also to ensure that it's a wonderful evening with a lot of fun, so that people have a good time whilst they're giving us their support. This evening is in aid of children of Al Noor Training Center for Children with Special Needs. Children with special needs have a lot of potential, and if they're given the right training opportunities and learning opportunities, they're able to realize their potential. If given equal opportunities, they're able to take their rightful place in the community. So children with special needs have to be given that chance and opportunity. Well, we have auctioned some very nice auction items here. Pens from Montegrappa, paintings from well-known artists. Jim Wheat is one of them. And the whole intent is that people bid for these items, and the proceeds from today's auction, as well as the event here, are going towards subsidizing the training of the children at the center, because the fees at the center are 40% subsidized for each and every child every year. All we can say is that we are all different. Just because our children are different does not mean they cannot be part of the community. They do have potential which can be realized, and they can definitely be one of us.
My name is Sham Bhatia. Well, I've been associate, or rather you can say supporter of Al Noor School and Al Noor School. I know the school since it's been established. And these are very special children. We must support them. We should give to them a lot of love and affection. That's the best way you can make them happy. The auction are good. It's a silent auction. And I try to buy, if anything, to do the sports. If there are any sports items, I always try to buy. My message to the children, parents of children is, please give them a love, affection. They are special children. Only you can make them better and better with a lot of love and affection.
We have gone through the full range. The paintings are really good. I think she liked the one, the old man resting, as well as the cobbler. I really don't know whether we will actually go in for a figure, but it's really good. Child with special care, it has to come from the heart. There cannot be a hard and fast rule. But love is what really matters. If you want to add anything.
And inclusion. They are special, so we need to give them special. Be inclusive about them all the time.
They can be very much integrated to the society, to this one, provided they feel that they are not an outsider. That's what really matters. She's a teacher, so she might be able to comment better on that.
Same thing, what I said, inclusion. All the time, include them. Mainstream. There's no end to what they can do if they are included in things. And intervention is necessary, and with intervention, they can do wonders.
Excellent event. Noor always organizes one of the best events. Although it's a charity event, but you don't feel like you come for a charity event. Or people have dressed up glamorously, all in the black tie. I'm the only one odd one out, not dressed in the black tie because I have to go for another function. But it's a well-organized event, and we are a big supporter of Al Noor, and all the best to them.
This is a very important social occasion where people of different groups meet to assist and help a very important organization that helps special needed people or needy people. And I'm so appreciative to be here and join all the people around and see a very important, hardworking in this society. A non-profit organization or a social organization, Al Noor has did a lot for the special needed person or for handicap to bring them and integrate them in the society and make them productive and part or as productive as normal people in this society.
Amongst other pieces, lots and lots to get through. They are all there in all their glory. Go and have a look at them at some point during cities. You don't have to run over there now, but have a look at some point during the evening. Have a look at the bid, which is on the piece of paper underneath the item. That is a minimum bid. Now, if you can match that minimum bid, or if you can give us 1 dirham more than that minimum bid, alongside your name, write it down on that piece of paper. And if yours is the highest bid at the end of the night, you take that piece home with you. Fairly straightforward. There's no putting your hands up in the air and making bids and regretting something a little later on. Have a little moment, go and have a look at those. The only thing I must reiterate is the silent auction. We can't run throughout the entire night with the team.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, jami'an. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of my colleagues at the Noor Training Center for Children with Special Needs, the Board of Directors, management, staff, and most importantly, the students of Al Noor, I'd like to welcome you to the Specific Ventures Al Noor Annual Gala Dinner. We are very honored once again with patronage this evening of His Highness Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, Minister of Culture, Youth and Community Development. We are very pleased that His Highness has continued his kind support for this year's Al Noor Gala Dinner. We are also greatly honored and delighted that His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Chairman of Supreme Committee for the Protection of the Rights of Persons with Disability, who very kindly recently visited us at Al Noor and met with our sponsors, is now Royal Patron for Al Noor Center. Dubai government has made it priority to make Dubai a friendly city for people with disabilities by 2020. This includes ensuring that they have equal opportunities in training and employment. By supporting us with his patronage, His Highness Sheikh Mansour is leading the way and setting an important example for other key figures in Dubai and UAE to follow and support the special needs cause. It's been an exciting year for Noor. You all know that our aim is to become more self-funding through sustainable income projects, and the recent initiative that we have just announced to the media is in line with these objectives. It's our policy to be totally transparent and ensure financial governance standards are met. So you can be sure that your generosity tonight will be reflected in our financial statements. By the way, we are the only non-profit organization in the UAE that publishes its audited financial statements on its website. After being associated with the center for so many years, I feel sheer joy to witness our dreams of helping our students become as independent as possible. Our work placement program has placed 84 of our students in employment market. And that means not only are they maximizing their potentials and becoming active, contributing members of society, but also that 84 families are benefiting from an additional income. If you have visited our Smiles and Stuff shop, which is located at the Noor, you will be mostly probably have met one of our graduate students, Chantal Sadi, who works there as a sales executive. If you have not visited our shop, then I strongly urge you to do so. Not just because you will have the pleasure of meeting that delightful Chantal, which alone is worth the visit, but you will also have the wonderful experience of seeing our shop, which showcases the talents of our children, and Chantal is a representative of many of our children and what they are able to achieve by the time they graduate from Noor. We aim to provide the holistic service for the special needs community with close to 300 children from all nationalities and disabilities from across the spectrum. We have established ourselves as one of the leading centers for our innovative approach, not just in the region, but worldwide through our know-how, technology, and by adopting best practice. Our support for the students do not end when they graduate at 18 years of age, which is the graduation age. We introduced a very successful after-hour program called Afternoon Activity and Leisure Program to provide social interaction, integration, and continuous support for them. Our partnership with Samsung Electronics to introduce assistive technology into the center continues to be a huge success. With 5 special Android applications which were developed by the needs of our students in order to help them improve their academic and practical skills have made a tremendous difference to our students and are being shared with other special needs centers in the UAE. In spite of numerous challenges we face, our stakeholders continue to show trust in the work that we do, as reflected in the latest achievements of the center at the recent Princess Haya Face Award for Special Education, which took place in the very same ballroom in April. I'm proud to share with you that annual centers have won 5 awards.
Good evening and welcome to the Pacific Ventures Al-Noor Gala. Before we delve further into the festivities of the evening, I would like to take just a very few short moments to briefly bring focus to our newly established Assistive Technology Department at the Center. Al-Noor provides a very special environment that aims to fully understand the learning capacity and needs of every child at the center. And as been mentioned by Khalid earlier, we constantly seek opportunities to widen our array of programs, methodologies and techniques to ensure for evolved programs that translate into a better quality of life for our children. In the present age of technology, we believe that enabling technologies have a very vital role to play in enhancing the training, learning, and functional outcomes of our students. Assistive technology, or abbreviated as AT, is defined as any item, piece of equipment, software, or product system that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capacities of individuals with disabilities. It may be high-tech or low-tech. Anything from simple card symbols and picture books to sophisticated and complex systems such as eye-gazing technology and even robotics. And everything in between, including voice output devices, apps, tablets, and access switches. The key issue here is to appropriately assess and identify that specific AT solution, whether high-tech or low-tech, which will tangibly, maximally, and positively impact function. It is not just an exercise to prescribe expensive gizmos.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. As CEO of Pacific Ventures, it gives me a great pleasure to be here this evening at the Noor Gala dinner. I would like to take a few moments to share an insight into we at Pacific Ventures have chosen to support Noor Training Center as a diamond sponsor for the last 3 consecutive years. A child is a gift, a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All children are special. Each child is unique. Each child has their own talents and needs. However, they do not, unfortunately, come with an instruction manual. So parents just do their very best they can to provide their children. Every parent wants their children to grow up happy and successful. Each child has amazing potential, and it is our duty as a society to nurture, to educate, and to support the development of children, for they are the future. What a child becomes and how they are educated is a reflection of our souls, a reflection of our current society. The simple daily tasks, such as putting on shoes, reading, walking, being able to play computer games, catching or throwing a ball, are all things that most children and parents take for granted. Yet, for the children of Noor, these are monumental challenges. Challenges that these children deal with each and every day. Yet, they never give up. They try over and over again. They fail. They get frustrated. But they smile through these difficulties. Difficulties which we cannot even begin to imagine. And they try again and again and again. Their determination and their courage are an inspiration. In my opinion, the children of Noor are the bravest children we will ever encounter. Noor Training Center is doing a fantastic job. With limited resources, which means that the financial and volunteer hours provided by the business and wider community of Dubai are absolutely essential. This is why Pacific Ventures will continue to increase our support for this vital organization that plays such an important part in the lives of children with special needs. Pacific Ventures aims to be consistently innovative, ethical, premium brand property developer that cares for and embraces the communities in which we operate.